Okay, I just wanted to film this trade. Well, I guess I just got filled. I just wanted to film this, walk through the process of this, using the relative volume as a kind of a scalping tool together with the trend channels. So let me just kind of walk you through what has happened here. So on the right, I have a 5-minute chart with the ETH session, including the overnight. The ETH is the electronically traded hours. What we had here at this low, using this swing at this low, we had this little cluster of volume here. That would be the little range right there. So it pulled back into that, but it was also the top of this channel. So I'm running from this high right here to this high and then down to the lowest low. Gave me that low perfectly. Let's just draw the fib on here. 50% exactly right there where the fib meets the lower channel. It's pretty obvious that's 50%, so I didn't even have it on there, but you see how this works? Pretty powerful just by using just the 1 5-minute chart. So where the fib intersects the trend channel, I waited, rather than getting in right there, I actually waited for a higher low on the 1-minute chart. So this is the RTH chart using only the day session 9 to 2:30. So from the high here, trend channel, to the high here, and then down to this lowest low, we get the same low right there. So in a downtrend channel on the 1-minute RTH, we get the low there with a very high relative volume on the 1-minute chart that stands above the rest at 279% with the diamond. So the bottom of the channel, then it pulls up and then pulls back down to the center of the channel. Okay, so here on the 1-minute chart, if we have wave 1 up, and then this is A, B, C, then I'm connecting my fib to this high and not this high. And that gives me the target of 161.8 up here, which is also the 50% retracement of this entire move from high to low here. You see the 50, 77.46, the 161.8, 77.47. So that's my target, but I put everything, I put my exit on yesterday's close rather than right at the target, just in case it decides to hit the top of the channel and yesterday's close and turn before coming up and tagging the target. But you see it did come up and tag the target right here, the first target at 46, and then both of them right here on this churn bar, which is also very high relative volume. We see the 2 diamonds right there at the target. So that really would have been the place to short as well. But what I'm going to do is, if it pulls back now to the underside of this uptrend channel, then I'll get short from here, and I want to see it pull back on weak volume, which it looks like it's going to do. But once we get up here, then I want to see the heavy volume start coming in, pushing it down. So let's see if that'll set up now. And then on the 5-minute, right now we're bouncing off of that lower channel again, but I want to see it retrace a little bit more of this, and then I'll try to get short here, as this is a perfect ABC. And here you can see this target. It might be all it gets. I'm going to sell one right here, and then I'll sell another one up here if it comes back. Then my stop will be up in here. There we go. So now let's come up and hit that. I think I'll put one more right here. Should come back to at least to, well, let's see, that's 1 tick below yesterday's low. I would think it would tick through yesterday's low and then roll. So we should likely get this filled here at 33. 1-minute chart. Watching the 1-minute chart can be a little tricky. There we go. So I just got filled here. Didn't tick through 33, but it did hit 33. So I'm short 2 now. We've got that little baby weak churn bar at 35%, so very low volume on this move back up, which is exactly what I want to see. See these 2 very low volume bars? These 2 white 5-minute relative volume bars, 25%, 31%. So 31% on the first push-up. Second push-up, even lower at 25. That's exactly what I want to see. That's called no demand bars. So this is it. Now we'll have this big push down. You'll see that play out from right here. So now let me get rid of this. Make this 2. Tighten it up just a little bit. So this should be the big drive down from here. Probably down at least to the top of this trend line. Let's have a look on the 5 minutes. So let's figure out a target at this point. Something like this I'm expecting. So let's draw the channel as well. So right here, or right here. So I'll get out of one there, get out of the other one right here, and then I'll just be done for the day. Okay, so it's playing out. Go ahead and tighten up my stop to break even. I can do better than that. So we should come on down and hit my target here within the next 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'd be surprised if it comes straight down there, but it might. So we see the churn bar, almost a doji, caused it to go sideways, to pull back a little bit, right to the underside of this pivot. Demand becomes supply, and now it comes back lower. See how demand doesn't continue to stay demand, but that area now becomes supply, as those who have bought there are now trying to get out at a better price than way down here. So once it comes back into that area, they're trying to exit out of that losing position, rather than the idea that an area of demand will continue to be demand because there are orders sitting there. That's kind of a bogus understanding of supply and demand. It's really easy when you start thinking about this, and let's say I was long from here, 20 contracts, and then I see it break, but I didn't have a stop loss here, so what am I doing? I'm freaking out when it's down here. But then when it comes back here, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then I try to get out, so I'm selling my position. So where I bought back here, once it breaks that and then pulls back to it, I'm now trying to sell out of that. And then it causes it to go lower because demand now becomes supply. So I'm expecting within the next 5 to 10 minutes my target to be hit down here or down here. Hopefully both. So we just need to break through this low right here. So this would be the kind of area where the textbook supply and demand traders would be going long right now, and you can see they are. They're buying this, what they would say is residual orders left in the book to buy long off of this area. But little do they know that we've broken through the uptrend channel, we've just pulled back to it, and now we're breaking lower. So all those guys that just went long just now, we just saw them go long. They're all about to get stopped out as this thing comes lower. And that will speed it up to the downside to my target, and then I'll get out. It all makes, really logical sense once you start thinking about it in the correct way. I guess you've got to start off with the correct reasoning before you can really understand the way this market tends to move. So now we'll see this come on down to the target. There, it just stopped out all those guys. Like I just see how it flashed like that. So all those supply and demand traders that went long from this demand area just got stopped out, and it pushed straight down. Now we're going to fill my first target, hopefully the second one, but now I can see running all of those stops has caused some buying to come in at that area right there. See, we've got that big climax bar now in the 1 minute. Pretty sure we'll get down. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it where it's at right now. I think on the next bar or two, I imagine I'll get filled around the open of the next bar, maybe right now on this one, and then we'll see a bit of a slight pullback and then come down and fill the next one. But I may just get out of this thing right here. Okay, here's the pullback to the median line. So this next 5 minute bar should get me down to my target 1, and then hopefully the next 5 or 10 minutes will get me down to that next target. Let me just go ahead and tighten up my stop behind this swing right there. So if we're now back in the previous demand zone, this could be acting as supply now, right? So that all the guys that you saw get long right here, which is why it became a churn bar, because it took so many contracts to get pushed up and back down, that it was the highest volume per range of the past 20 bars. Now that we're getting back into that area, don't you think those guys that were getting long that got trapped here without a stop will now start to sell to get out of their position that they put on here? I would think that's what's about to happen right now, what's happening as I say this. And then this could get pushed back down to the target. The only problem with that is that we did see a lot of volume buying come in once we hit this median line down here, which is one tick away from my target, which is typical. So I think it will roll over now and come on down further. But you know, the market doesn't move in straight lines, obviously. It takes time. That's why anybody that tells you you need to take time out of the equation, you need to use these Renko bars or these range bars or whatever, because you need to take time out of the equation, let's stay away from those people. You don't need to take time out of the equation. You need time in the equation because it takes time to unfold these things, and the market geometry uses the time bars to time when these pivots will occur. So my timing for this pivot is in about another 5 to 7 minutes. So hopefully, if I'm right, in about 5 to 7 minutes we'll be down here, and then maybe in about 15 to 20 minutes we'll be down here. I'll go ahead and tighten this up a little bit, say about right there. This is where I need to see that pop. If this is going to work out, then it should rush down to my target now. Doesn't seem to want to do that. It's kind of in a struggle right here. Looks like I'm probably going to get stopped out. Well, one way or the other, I've got a profitable trade. I just really want to get that target filled. It's taking its sweet time, but it looks like it's finally going to pop. It's a low volume down bar. It would have looked great if this were higher than the previous bar, but see, what I'm doing is I'm micromanaging this trade. I need to just shut up and just let it work itself out one way or the other. Stop staring at it like I'm doing. So we should see the big push down right now. Hey! Remember, we got 1 minute left. So come on down to my target. Nice. See how the timing works? Fibs, pitchforks, trend channels. It's amazing how this stuff works, isn't it? I need to take this thing back to 2 here. What's going on? Back to 1, sorry. Yeah, that's a big, scary looking reversal. Look at all those contracts. What time is it? 10:30 on Tuesday. Oh, wow. Yeah. Take me out. Okay, so that got me. I got my target filled and then got stopped on the second. Actually, I hit the close button. But we did get the first target filled, so that was the spot. Watch us come on down to the target, this target now. Let's just film this and see if it does come on down to that next target now. I bet it does. So I just kind of got spooked out there. That's why you're better off trading the 5 minute. Always better off trading the 5 minute than you are the 1 minute. 1 minute is for fine-tuning entries. For me, that's all it is. So let's just give it a minute and see if it doesn't hit that next target. What do you know? Yeah, I would have been wise to keep my stop up here. And there's the second target right there. Still for about 6 ticks, 6 to 8 ticks. To have to hold through a 25 tick pullback, you know. Looks like it's going to come much lower now though. So remember, looking at the 240 minute, this thing could be about to just crash straight down. So yeah, it looks like we are making that big push down. Here we just hit S1. Small little bounce off of it. Maybe enough for that 5 tick trade. Could reverse there. But this looks like it's coming much lower. So anyway, I'm done for the day. That's it. 2 trades and done. Just wanted to kind of show how you can scalp with this rather than trying to hold a swing trade. And here's the culmination of that trade. It came all the way down to the bottom of the pitchfork, right down into this previous support, which was this really widely overlapping fib confluence zone right here. The 30-minute bar, very wide-ranging climax bar, right into the target, right in the midline of this downtrend channel, and then it broke up out of it. And then we have this kind of ABC back up into the target. 15-minute chart is showing the perfect ABC correction up to here, and now we're coming down, about to break through this. So right up to the intersection here, perfect spot for a high. Now I'm looking to sell this and partake in the next big push down. So let me define this out now. This will be the low that I'm heading for down here. 75-ish. I went ahead and just got short because I don't want to miss this. I imagine it will pull back up, but I don't want to miss what's about to happen. So while it will most likely, off of this area, have some kind of a retracement, maybe up into the 50s or the 60s, the next big push down will be, sorry, the next big push will be down. Here you can see the perfect little bearish divergence on the 15-minute. So I have another order sitting there once it pulls back into this area to fill me here at 54, because that is previous area of support, so it will be resistance. It's also showing you the kind of the top of this range here, so let me just draw a fib on this now. So below the 50 is up here. I'll leave my order right where it's at, have my stop up here. Actually, I should put my stop above that high. Okay, so hopefully it'll come back and I'll get filled on that, and then we get the big push down over the next couple of days. You can see the selling pressure did come in once we broke above this high. So yeah, expecting a push down from here. Look at that, ABC, and this kind of a ABCX, and then an ABC up, so kind of a WXY within a tick of the 100% extension. Pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm expecting big push down. Hopefully it'll retrace and I'll get filled on that sell order, and then we'll get to ride this thing down into 75. And here we're starting to make the climb back up. I'm not sure how far we'll make it, but I hope it can make it up to fill me here. It may not be able to do that. It may just only make it to, like, say right here or something, and then turn down. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know, I'm gonna put on one right there.
Order pending.
Make this 3.
Order pending.
Okay, so the day has passed. You can see I originally went short here, which was kind of dumb. But then having that one limit order sitting a little bit lower than the other one got me in to the second contract right here, which was a good fill, obviously. And then it almost came back and tagged the other one, but not quite. So I left it on there thinking that it was going to break this high, run those stops, and then fill this order, but I didn't do that. But I am short too.
Order canceled.
So I'll bring that here. And then on the 5-minute, you can see we came right down to the median line here. Not quite below this low yet. Well, not even anywhere near below this low. But not too far away. So I think probably pulling back up into this area now, and then overnight, whoop, come on down. Looks like we will have a nice move down, hopefully. Hopefully breaking this low tomorrow or the next day. But I think this will turn into a nice short. There's the 240 minute. If we can just break this low, then I think we'll be on the next push down to break this low. So I really want to see this low get broken. 75.96 would be the first spot to look at before this low gets broken. Alright, so here it has come down pretty strong all the way to the bottom of the pitchfork. I don't know if I've already recorded this and talked about that or not, but it's broken above it here, and then broke above the downtrend channel here. Now it's pulled back to it and closed. So it will open back up in about 30 minutes, and of course that's a good sign right there. 50%, of course. Okay, well it's gapped way down, so my target is down in here. It's 240. Go ahead and take one off here. Okay, taking one off. I'm gonna let this one ride, see what happens. I think we have the possibility of breaking right through this low, coming way down, way down. Okay, here we're down to the target now. If it can just come a couple of ticks further. It's right where I originally had my order sitting, but that's alright. So there we are on the 5 minute. I think I might better just get out. Okay. It'll probably come down and hit the target, but I'm just going to be out so I can finish the day without having to look at the market. Get a bunch of work done. So we've just barely broken through the main low here. Down to the target here. Bottom of the channel anyway. Bottom of the channel on the RTH as well. Yeah, I should have had my order sitting right there. But that's alright. What did I get out at? 766. So, not bad. There's where I should be getting out right now. Right there on that bar. That's where I should be getting out. Now we'll see something like this. Okay, so that's it. I'm done for the day.